Welcome all you fire signs to your weekly energy update. And this, of course, is for all my Aries, all my Leos, all my Sagittarians, no matter where it is at in your birth chart. We're going to be looking at the week of April 17th through April 24th, but these readings are also timeless, so if your intuition brought you here outside of that time frame, I would trust that and still watch the video because I'm sure there are messages for you. If you are watching this during that time frame, we're just coming off of the Libra full moon energy that happened yesterday on April 16th, and we have a wonderful transformation of energies happening on the 19th of this week as we move into Taurus season. So Taurus energy brings us a lot of grounding. It's ruled by the planet Venus, so there's all this love energy, this worth energy that comes in through all this. So for this reading for this week, we're just going to be asking, where can we apply this grounding energy? What do we want to see about our worth? And we're starting off here with the Kuan Yin Oracle, just an energy for all fire signs. And just see what the Creator would like you to know around any of that Taurus energy. So let's do a little shuffle here. All right, so for all our fire signs, what would you like them to know about this week? Okay, they do want this one right here. And you have Turquoise Lotus Mother, which is card number 42. Beautiful card there, and we're just going to put her front and center here. Let me just look at the camera. There we go. And let's see what energy comes with this. What message does the very grounding Kuan Yin, it's like the divine feminine energy, very mother earthly energy, which matches up great for Taurus. And it says, the turquoise lotus mother brings precious healing to you now. So allow yourself to be lifted out of your struggle, beloved one. An old pattern is finally in its death throes, something that weighed heavily on you from your past. This can be one of the most testing times to allow something to go, just when it seems to be so demanding of your time, focus, and attention. Yet do not doubt you have actually learned the lessons it required of you, and now you're being blessed with an opportunity to receive karmic healing. So I love that. You've done the work. You have allowed whatever situation it is, if it's a relationship or situational like job, education, some sort of circumstance, or even something with your body, your finances, your possessions, any of those areas of your life, you've done the work. That circumstance that came in that has been like rattling your cage, they're saying that you have learned what you needed to learn from that. So now it's okay to let that go and move on to the next beautiful adventure in your life. It also says there are some lessons in our process of spiritual growth that cut right to the core of our being, that challenge us so deeply that even as we learn the lessons and practice the wisdom, we can still struggle to outgrow the grip of the pattern. No matter how hard we try, we may not feel we are ever going to be able to completely release the challenge. And no matter how much we grow, there is still a thread of the past that hangs on. We need a spiritual rescue remedy if we are ever to be free of the clutches of this persistent pain. The compassionate and spiritually powered nature of Ma Kuan Yin as the turquoise lotus mother seeks to bless you with karmic healing so that you may be lifted from your struggles and can simply leave them behind you now. Your soul has learned what it needed from the situation, and it has asked for a divine hand up so that it might continue on its divine path of growth without unnecessary karmic weight pulling it down. So listen to your guidance now. Notice if you feel inspired to visit a healer. Listen repeatedly to particular healing music, or go to a class, or meditate at home at a particular time, or just more often. These are attempts by the Divine Mother to reach you through available channels. Divine blessings of karmic healing can flow from the spiritual world directly to your soul, but oftentimes they are more effective when coming through a human channel of a high vibrational level directly into your energy field on the physical plane. So be as open as you can to guidance to allow the divine karmic healing of Turquoise Lotus Mother to reach you. Her turquoise nature cleanses and protects your energy field, and her lotus heart shines through to your own heart, bringing you peace. The Divine Mother within her simply wishes to nurture you into greater spiritual freedom. This oracle also indicates that if you've been working with crystals, turquoise in particular, to continue to do so, as it is empowering for you and is helping you to heal, whether you're completely conscious of it or not. So I love that. That is beautiful there. In fact, I think I have a piece of turquoise over here in my little stack of crystals. I'm just going to put that right here to help bring in that energy for you. And I love that because they also mentioned that, for our physical healing, for our egos, for our human side of us, to really be able to move on from things, sometimes Spirit wants to bring things into the physical world to help our, through our senses, through our eyes and our ears, and even our nose through sense, whether it's essential oils or incense, those types of things, even through taste, all those feelings, they'll want to bring things in to help move us past that. And that's why it talks about being aware of physical teachers and having some sort of actions that are triggered. It's interesting, too, that the turquoise is what I feel is the color of our throat chakra. And so the throat chakra is about voicing these changes, but also if you held out your hands and arms like all the way out, your arms and your hands are also at the same position as the throat chakra. And so when she's talking about taking action in your physical world to move those energies and move that, so I really feel that's important as well. We're also going to pull from these True Heart Intuitive Tarot and to see what else the Creator wants you to know. All our fire signs about this movement, this awareness around what you are ready to let go of. So what else do you want? Nope, none of those they said. Well, actually, they do want this one right here. You have the King of Cups. That's beautiful energy there. Cups, of course, it's the water element, and it's all about our emotions. The king being the highest energy of the emotional state, the highest love that we can experience, which is, of course, the unconditional love from the other side. And the King of Cups always has, he has this is an interesting one because it has the cups here of the physical world, but this is like he's not even touching this one. This one's like almost floating in the air. And this is the spiritual love, the chalice that's full of the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. And the King of Cups has learned that when you drink of the cup of the physical world, that you do end up feeling disappointed, because all those things that I mentioned in the beginning, like, relationships, situations like jobs and education and your body and your possessions, your bank account, all those things are unstable and thus disappointing. They're temporary if they even fill us up at all for any period of time. And it's because, relationships, people change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same, or education gets outdated eventually. So there's always new education. And then, of course, things in our bodies break down, deteriorate, or are stolen or burned down. They're all temporary. Those things are, unstable. And so when we base our worth on those things, then we feel unstable. And so when we asked, what do we want to see about our worth? this King of Cups is bringing that in for us today to show us that the outside things will disappoint us, but they're designed and they'll point us back inside to where we find this higher love. So I love that there for you. And then we'll also take a look at this one. Yeah, you have the Seven of Cups. So more energy here. And the Seven of Cups for this reading is really showing you that one other thing that the king learns through his whole adventure, through all the cups. He's at the very end of the suit, so he has gone from the Ace of Cups all the way through the suit. So he experienced the Seven of Cups, which is basically you get to choose what emotion you feel through any situation. You have your power of choice. Now, I know sometimes it doesn't feel like we have that choice. You know, sometimes it feels like, something happens and boom, this is how I feel. I don't feel a choice in that because it happened so quickly. But, when I first had that message come to me from Spirit, I was like, yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm making a choice. And then they showed me how throughout my life, we're conditioned, we're given the popular opinions on how something is supposed to feel to us. So when that happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. You need to feel, you have to feel, you should feel, all that expectation. And it's reinforced over and over and over again. And eventually it becomes our habit, and then it becomes our reaction to where it happens so quickly. But they showed if you slow down time, you pause, take deep breaths, like this was talking about, deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and then you can calm yourself, and then you can see that you can make a different emotional choice around a situation. You don't have to go with the popular opinion anymore. You get to choose. And I love that. And this looks like kind of like Moses, here's the sea that's parted, which, emotions are water. So it's almost like there's this giant sea of emotion. But when you take a step into the waters, that's when the waters part. That's one of my favorite things my mom always mentioned to me, is that Moses, the sea didn't part according to the story until his foot touched the water. So it wasn't like it parted and then he took action like it was talking about in here. It's the taking the action that helps the emotions and the things start to part. So when we're talking about action and happening in the beginning here, this is reinforcing that too. Once you take a step and your little toe touches the water, those things start to move. So it's the movement, it's the action that you're taking that helps move these emotions and allows you to see that you can choose whatever you want to feel. So what else? What else do you want our fire signs to know? Okay, you want that one. What else? Okay, they did want this one here and this one right here. All right, so let's take a look and see what else they have for. Yep, 10 of Wands. So Wands is your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, just your energy. It could be your spiritual energy too. But the 10 of Wands is really, 10s are about endings and new beginnings, and you're ready to put down a lot of that energy. So it talked about in here, those things that you've been holding so much energy and maintaining for so long, now is the time that you are ready to let that go. You're ready to move on to other things, invest that energy into different areas of your life. So I love that confirmation. Yep, and then you have the Hanged Man. So definitely seeing things from a different perspective. Here you can see how is all around his head, all this bright shininess that's coming, this enlightenment, this awareness that is coming. And so this is reaffirming too what we were talking about in this card, how the experiences that you went to, this pause that you had, you were basically hung yourself upside down by one foot. Like this is basically the story of Odin. I think it was Odin that hung himself upside down on a tree, the tree of knowledge, and he actually even sacrificed one of his physical eyes in order to see the higher spiritual things and to gain the knowledge of the universe and creation. And so in doing that, you paused and spent time going through the experiences that the Lotus Mother card here talked about, these things that you went through in order to gain the knowledge, the awareness, and the growth. But now that you've obtained that enlightenment, like it said, you're ready to let go of these things. And the Hangman can be about movement too. It can be about stepping out, and it's time to step into the next piece, the next chapter of your adventure as well. Yeah, and then you have the Princess of Wands. So Wands is, like it has the Ten of Wands here, the Princess of Wands would be also the Page of Wands in the Standard Tarot, and that makes sense. Endings and new beginnings, new energy, new passion, new level. And it's not like the Ace of Wands, which the Ace of Wands would be, which she's holding in her hand here. The Ace of Wands is kind of like this new passion, this new drive, this new excitement. The Pages, I always feel like, could be because she's been through the Ace all the way up through the Ten of Wands. She's what comes next after the Ten of Wands. So she's like, it's like next level. It's not like starting kindergarten. It's like graduating from, high school, going to college, or getting your bachelor's, and you're going to go for your master's. It's like next level type of energy that's coming here for you. So I really love this for you. I'm going to let's put it on her throat chakra there. So definitely endings and new beginnings. You're ready to make this movement from this new level, and turning inward and taking action is like this cohesive message for all you fire signs. And then for each of you, I'm going to pull a card here from the Reawakening the Soul deck here. I'm going to pull a card for each of you. So I'll pull a card for Aries, and one for Leo, and one for Sagittarians. So you all still get your own specific message for here. So we'll start off with Aries. Okay, so here's Aries. And then Leo. Okay, they want this one for you. Turn that right side up. And then for you Sagittarians. Okay, this is yours here. So you have truth for you Aries, and let me just show you that here. And I love all this turquoise again, and so I really feel like, and I'll read from the book on here too, because she says things so beautifully, but I feel with all this turquoise that we were talking about, and this is about speaking your truth as well. So as you're going through this ending, the new beginning, that this information, this wisdom that you've gleaned, you're ready to share that. You're ready to stop reflecting yourself as the caterpillar. You're ready to let the caterpillar way of looking at things go, because here's this beautiful butterfly. So this transformation that you've been through has been beautiful for you, but you're ready to speak up about it. You're ready to share who you are. And this one says, know the divine perfection of your soul, Aries. If you do not make an effort to know truth, to perceive it beneath the veils that hide it, you will not discover your own real nature, and will therefore remain at the mercy of outside forces of circumstances. In meditation, behold the star of divine wisdom, that its rays disclose the truth ever with yourself. And that's from the Paramahansa Yogananda. That's a statement that he is credited for. And this says, what is truth? What are your truths? Where did these truths come from? You may base truth upon facts from things you perceive as real, or from previous experiences or events. You're encouraged to explore absolute truth for yourself. Take time to introspect on your experience of truth. Reflect on what truths you believe about yourself and others. Truth is universal. It's the rightful possession of every person and constitutes the equality of all souls before God. In the deep peace found in meditation, you will experience your soul made in the image of God. In this perfection, you will come to know absolute truth. Your soul is an all-powerful divine expression of love. And I love that because here's that King of Cups. We're talking about that connecting to that unconditional love of the Creator, right? Seeing who you truly are. And when you live in this clarity, you will realize that you are never alone. You will feel the all-pervading love of God surrounding and guiding you through the voice of your soul. It is time to experience your own truth. And it gives like 4 questions or statements for introspection. The first one is, what truths do you believe about yourself and about others? Number 2, what truths do you believe about the world in which you exist? Number 3, where did these truths come from, and are they in fact the absolute truth or distorted perceptions? And number 4, are you completely authentic? And the affirmation for this card is, I experience life in absolute truth as an expression of spirit. So I love that. And this too, this talking about the truth and the Hanged Man really shows up here too. This enlightenment, this is like you are seeing your authentic truth of who you really are, not just this character that you're playing upon this earth. That's just a small piece of who you are. You are that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being. That's the actor behind the character. So I love that for you. And so that was for our Aries, and then we will look at Leo here. And Leos, you've got growth. Yep, obviously that's what this reading was all about as well. So this wonderful growth that you have experienced through these situations that we were talking about. And let's see what else comes here. Yep, like the Hanged Man, and expand your consciousness by utilizing every life experience. George Shin said, growth means change, and change involves risks, stepping from the known to the unknown. And growth is the process of responding positively to every experience in your life. Every circumstance is an opportunity for you to grow into a healthier, more conscious being. Through the universal law of cause and effect, all happenings are in complete alignment with your soul's purpose. When you fully understand that you have created every situation happening to you, wisdom is born. Life's experiences are the gifts that bring you back to the awareness of your oneness. Be aware of these precious gifts. Arrive at the understanding that each experience is ultimately for your own good, and life will begin to change. Perceived obstacles are opportunities that can be overcome by perseverance and wisdom. When you embrace every hardship and face adversity with a spirit of determination, you will inevitably grow. What you learn from each challenge shapes your character. Your trials, your sorrows, and heartaches aid you in developing courage and strength. How you meet each trial determines your future happiness and success. This incarnation is your own personal spiritual journey. These experiences have been created specifically for you and by you. How you choose to perceive this life is solely up to you, right? This choice of emotions, right? The choice of the story that you apply to any situation. And you can either allow circumstances to defeat you, or you can reign triumphant over your life. The purpose of your soul's evolution is to reunite you back into your beloved's arms. Your soul is the bright and shining perfection of spirit. Life is constantly changing, and growth is the process of embracing these changes in a positive way. As I think it's Heraclitus said, the only thing that is constant is change. But remember, the only thing that is changeless is God. And the introspection questions for you, Leos, is, do I accept change? Number 2, am I willing to take 100% responsibility for my life? Number 3, do I allow myself to grow from my hardships and suffering? Number 4, can I embrace every situation in a positive way? And the affirmation for this card is, I respond positively to all of life's experiences and allow myself to grow. And that is perfect. I mean, it's just reiterating so much of what we talked about here too. And, I love that awareness. It's like the Wheel of Fortune card for me, which just kind of looks like the wheel a little bit, but it's the what Spirit told me the Wheel of Fortune is about is, before your soul came down here, it did choose when it was coming down and when it was leaving, what character it was going to represent it, like what avatar in the game, which is your physical body, this character that you're playing, and then all these fated events that it wanted to experience when it came down. And it's like each of those fated events, you still have this power of choice. You get to choose what story you'll put around that fated event, and you get to choose what emotion you're going to feel through that event as well. So that is definitely reiterating this here. And it allows you to move from this feeling that, your life is this out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode in a gorge, right? And it's more like a monorail train that's attached to the tracks. It moves in the smooth, movement along the track, and it has all its little stops that it goes and all these experiences that you have. And you have that power to choose what it means and how you're going to feel through it. So I love that. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have the Sagittarians, and you have purification. Look at that beautiful butterfly wings there. And again, all these beautiful blues of the throat chakra. I'm just going to put this over here. Go. And let's see what message comes for you around purification. Here we go. This says, cleanse the heart, mind, and body to reflect the perfection of the soul. And there's another statement here from the Paramahansa Yogananda that says, the ultimate truth again, is God, and God is the ultimate truth. What you are before God and your own conscious, that is what you are. Even if the whole world misunderstands you, nothing is lost. You are what you are. So at your very core, understanding that, and this comes into that Hanged Man again, this awareness that of experiencing what you are not, you understand more fully who you are. And this says, look deeply into the sacred chambers of your heart. What do you see? Is there purity in your heart space? Do these chambers hold pain or joy? Who is residing in your heart, just waiting to be forgiven? Can you love deeper and allow yourself to be loved more fully? Now look deeply into your mind. What stories are being played? Is the energy of your thoughts positive or negative? Is your mind preoccupied with the past, the present, or the future? Where do your beliefs come from? Are these beliefs really yours? What is your truth? Take a moment to review your physical body. What do you see? Are you radiant from healthy food or burdened by toxic chemicals? Is your physical vehicle full of vitality or exhausted? Does your body temple need more exercise? Now bring awareness to your energy field. Do you have clear, healthy boundaries? Are you authentic to yourself? Do you give your self permission to say no? Take a clear look around your environment. Do your living and workspaces need to be refreshed? Do you need to clean your closets? Oh no. Do you need to clear the energy of your space? Do you feel happy and alive in your environment? Purify your heart, your mind, your body, and your space. This clearing is essential for your spiritual growth. And I'll read more here in just a sec, but it definitely, comes into play here with this letting go of those things that no longer serve you. It's cleansing and moving these things that you're ready to let go of. They've served their purpose. Now it's time to clean out the body and the mind and your closets and your heart and make space for the new that you're headed off into. And the 4 questions for introspection are: number 1, how can I purify my body and my mind and my heart and surroundings? What answers come immediately for you for that? Trust that. Number 2, what would it feel like to be a pure reflection of love? Number 3, what steps can I take towards creating a more purified and satisfying life? And number 4, are my thoughts, beliefs, and actions pure? Are they authentic to you? Or are they regurgitating others, right? And the affirmation for your card is: I know that my soul is the perfection of God, and I claim that perfection. And that is so true. In the eyes of the Creator, who loves us unconditionally, no conditions, we are perfect because we meet 100% of those conditions. Because 100% of 0 is 0. We have nothing that we have to meet. And so we are perfect in the sight of the Creator. We are these beautiful beings. We are this essence. We are unconditional love. So I love these separate messages for you, but they all definitely intertwine in this beautiful message about what you have gone through, what you've experienced in your human form. You're ready. It's time for movement. It's time to let things go. It's ready to be your authentic self and express that to the world. So loving this for you, all you fire signs. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a variety of other videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click this like button, also click the subscribe button. That gives you access to this notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, or you subscribe to a channel, the YouTube algorithm just loves those things, and it wants to share the videos of that channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you are looking for even more specific information and answers for your life, I do currently offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. Right, you fire signs, as you go throughout this amazing week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. So have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.